comics may never be able to shake off their label as junk food literature, but here I am to take my turn as a myth debunker. Welcome to my channel, KC, that's me, Carrie Chug, the Sledge Storyteller, here to talk about the wonderful world of storytelling and to open up discussion about how we can tell the best stories we possibly can. So, again, this is about debunking myths about comic books, and I'm going to just be using some straight facts. Fact number one, not all comics are about superheroes. So variety in comics is comparable to movies, TV plays, and novels. We've got science fiction, fantasy, crime drama, romance, religion, horror, and western. Some genres don't have as many current titles as they did in earlier years, but the variety is out there. Fact number two, there's more to comic creators than just comics. Creative talent knows no boundaries. Kevin Smith and Jeff Loeb are among many comic writers who have made their mark in Hollywood. Greg Rucka and Neil Gaiman are among several comic writers who have also made their mark as novelists. When George Lucas and Steven Spielberg needed a conceptual artist for Raiders of the Lost Ark, they went to 70s Nick Fury writer and artist Jim Steranko. Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn, has released a massive lineup of display toys that are, of course, have several images of comic characters, but also images of Vito Corleone from Godfather, Bob and Doug McKenzie from Strange Brew, Todd is Canadian, and on and on. So many comic creators recognize that their talents aren't limited to comics and often apply them at wherever else they can find opportunity. Fact number three, not all comics are collectible. So who would not get wishful thinking after seeing the mounds of moolah paid out for comic books at auctions such as illustrated here from the website Wealthy Gorilla and their list of most expensive comics with several Golden Age issues. It was that kind of wishful thinking that caused the comic book industry to fall hard and almost be destroyed. After all the news of copies of 1938's Action Comics #1, Superman's first comic, selling for six figures, many people saw the coming forth of the story of Superman's demise and figured that the major milestone must also mean that over time it too would prove to be profitable. And not just that, but they saw the publishers issue stories that made other major milestones, variant covers, special edition anniversary stories. But first of all, my saying that many investors were getting involved, that means no way those comics would prove to be valuable. You have to stop and think. It's too easy to notice something big coming. Chances are everyone else is picking up on that and wants to win big on it. But when too many people get in on it, it's all over the place, and why would anyone want to spend thousands of dollars to buy something else everyone has? Nobody in 1938 bought that issue thinking of the major milestone it would be. When World War II broke out, there was a huge demand for paper recycling, and Action Comics, among many other Golden Age comic books, became casualty to that, and thus because it became very rare. Thus, if you want a 1938 issue of Action Comics #1, you need to be able to pony up the cash. If you collect comics now, it has to be for the love of the story. Fact number four, comics are not mainly for kids anymore. The aforementioned Golden Age superhero comics came out with a bang with, yes, droves from the bubblegum brigade coming in and buying comics. And reading a lot of those titles nowadays would merit a lot of criticism in terms of plot substance, character depth, and character development, and strength of narrative. And not many of the creators took a lot of pride in the industry itself. What helped was that a lot of those kids who took it seriously back then grew up to become talented creators, substance with layered characters who have become more and more relatable, and the general public has come to realize that some of the same characters with those same layers have come to the movies and have proven that substance multiple times. Now, comics as mainly adult fare has been true for a long time, but more recently, kiddie fare comics are coming back. Number five, comics are both smart art and legit lit. So I have somewhat already in the previous bit made the case for this, but there are more very key facts to this topic. One thing I have always noticed is that everyone I know who's big into comics also reads prose novels just as much. But the most vindicating fact is how high comics have gone in gaining awards. No surprise, comics have their own equivalent to the Oscars and the Eisners, named after the much heralded comics pioneer, the late Will Eisner. But in the realm of awards, more recognized by the general public, the graphic novel Mouse, a brilliant animal allegory on the Holocaust, won a Pulitzer in 1986. And from my point of view, the use of various species of animals makes it a story that cannot be held in any other medium, not in prose, not in a TV show, movie, or play. Fantasy Award, first time ever for a comic book, which prompted comic naysayers among the group to vote in the rule that comics aren't qualified for consideration. But I have to say that's quite an accomplishment to be perhaps the only comic to ever get that prestige. Furthermore, I'm amazed at the outlook of superheroes by people like literary professors and who still consider such mythologies involving heroes like Hercules, Achilles, and Thor, who were superheroes for their time. They consider them to be classical literature. Well, that's my refutation of comic book myths. Agree, disagree, something I left out? Please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe or follow me on Instagram. Link to this link, sledge number 1 is below the description, as it always is, where you can order it on Kindle. Again, let's all look for civility amid all the tough stuff that's going on out there, social, political strife, as well as the pandemic. We're getting closer and closer. If you can get vaccinated, please get vaccinated and follow the precautions that have been given us. But thanks for watching. Everyone be safe and God bless.